Kazakhstan is one of the significant players of the world economy and one of the 50 largest exporting countries. There are 100 world states in our sales geography. There are 820 titles of domestic goods in the range of supplies. The principal share of Kazakhstani exports comes from raw materials, oil, uranium, and wheat. But this tendency is changing. First processing enterprises are opening and already coming out to global markets with prepared products. You will learn in the 4 Export program about where and how the production branded Made in Kazakhstan is produced. Aktobe region is located in the western part of Kazakhstan on the borders with Russia and Uzbekistan. This is the second largest region in the country, famous for large reserves of oil, gas, and metallic ores. But the Aktobe businessmen work not only in the extractive industry. More and more companies prefer to produce consumer goods. A large share of exports is occupied by mineral products, metals, and metal goods. But at the same time, we see a positive dynamic of consumer goods. It's pasta and meat. In 2016, exporters of the Aktobe region provided goods to foreign markets for a total of $3 billion. In the end of the first half of 2017, this figure had slightly decreased to $2 billion. By the end of this year, exports are expected to increase by 10% compared to the previous year. The markets of Iran and Russia are of the greatest interest for the region. Aktobe region adjoins the South Ural region, whose population makes up 1/3 of the whole population of Kazakhstan. In addition, like the majority of domestic producers, the companies of the Aktobe region are interested in the immense Chinese market. One of such enterprises is Novo Aljan Mill. Novo Aljan Mill, LLP, manufacture of flour and pasta products. The output, 150,000 tons of flour per year. Export share, 20%. Sales geography, Russia, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Georgia. This existence is the same age as the independent Kazakhstan. Over the 26 years of its existence, it went from the processing of grain to the manufacture of finished goods, pasta, ready dough, and noodles. If in the beginning we produced raw materials, flour, in the last 3 to 4 years we completely modernized our enterprise and are already preparing for the production of new ready products with each year. The first goods that we had started issuing here are the pasta, almost 30 types of shortcut pasta. It's supplied mainly from northern parts of Kazakhstan. This raw material is famous not only for its impeccable quality inside the country, but also beyond its borders. By the way, in the Aktobe region they grow grain too, but its volumes are much inferior to the northern ones. To address this issue, Kazakhstan has a state program, Agrobusiness 2020, aimed at helping the agrarians. Recent searches showed that as a result, the quality of Aktobe grain has significantly improved. Now we are introducing the line for the adoption of oilseeds. In the last 2 years, there has been a boom in the oilseed crops, especially sunflower, around the region. Therefore, feeling the market, we are now modernizing the line, and this year we are ready to launch the adoption of oilseeds, sunflower, raps, and other cultures. The obtained grain passes 3 stages of processing: preparation for grinding, sieving, and enrichment, as well as the packaging. We have high-performance equipment installed which can process up to 300 tons of grain per day. At any enterprise, if this type quality control plays an immeasurably important role, the laboratory within the factory is an ideal solution for maintaining production at a proper level. Here, both raw materials and flour undergo a thorough check literally every hour. We check in terms of humidity, whiteness of flour, gluten, coarse size, ash content, and write an analysis card for each batch of flour. We send the accompanying documents together. The interval is 1 hour. If the flour is evenly distributed, then we check it every 2 hours. Such careful attitude to quality of goods allowed the company brands to earn a very good reputation outside the country. Novo Aljan Mill is a constant supplier of flour and pasta to the countries of Central Asia. International standards are implemented at our factory, ISO quality standards and HACCP product safety standards. It's not just a fashionable phenomenon, but a standard which helps to open a lot of foreign markets to us.
Новоальжанский комбинат, который выпускает макаронные изделия.
We are currently working with them, looking for export opportunities to the People's Republic of China. There's a huge market. Even if we take a nearest region of Suara, it's also a sufficient market for us. We are directed to them.
Даже если взять самый ближайший регион Суара, это тоже для нас достаточный рынок, поэтому мы на них направлены.
In 2017, the company opened the line for the production of ready dough and noodles. This product is very popular in Kazakhstan because the ready-made dough is used in many dishes of national cuisine, including the main decoration of the Kazakh table, bishbarmak. But connoisseurs of such a product were found outside the country. This year we sent the primary lot to the markets of Georgia. I think this is a very promising region, and we will master it, because most importantly, Georgian markets speak very well of Kazakhstani products. Here we have a very fine rolled ready dough, which is no different from the manual rolling we're doing at home, and we produce high-quality products. This line produces 200 tons of dough per month. This plant productivity is provided by European equipment and professional personnel. It employs 320 people, most of whom were trained directly in production. Such system is known in the world as dual training, when specialists are trained not only in educational institutions, but also in specific enterprises. 40% of the personnel are people with higher education, 60% with a secondary education. Basically, we accept young people. They are theoretically prepared and practical skills are acquired at work. In Kazakhstan, the special attention is paid to the support of the food industry. This branch is included in the list of priority sectors of the economy. That is, state maintains food production companies in the first place. To date, even if we take market interest of second-tier banks, they are very large, 14 to 16%. The state provides us cheaper credit rates of 6%. Of course, this is a huge support, and many enterprises are modernizing and increasing the assortment with the help of this free money. The opening of borders within the framework of the Eurasian Economic Union was rather helpful. Exporters claim that the access to the Eurasian market is simplified every year, and this contributes to production growth. The entrance to the Chinese market is in the future plans of Novo Aljan Mill. In order for a mill to quickly and reliably supply its products, it needs infrastructure. Roads are a circulatory system of any trade, and for Kazakhstan, railways are of particular importance. The length of railways in Kazakhstan is more than 15,000 kilometers. They provide 68% of all cargo turnover and over 57% of the country's passenger traffic. Over 16 junction points connect the railway system of Kazakhstan with Russia, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and China. The Aktobe rail track factory contributes to the development of the transport system. The first railway tracks enterprise was opened in Kazakhstan in 2015 and is already actively promoting its products on the markets of neighboring countries. ARBF LLP, Aktobe Rail Beam Factory, manufacturer of railway beams. The output, 120,000 tons per year. Share of exports, 15%. Sales geography, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Belarus. This enterprise provides work for 770 professionals who have been trained in Rome and Milan.
со всего Казахстана мы собирали специалистов.
Specialists were collected from all over Kazakhstan, including from Temirtau, from Pavlodar, and the regions where the rolling production operates. In addition, we have specialists from Novotroysk, from Stary Oksal, from Bekabad, Uzbekistan. We have an international team. Modern production standards dictate a departure from manual labor. Following these rules, Oktябрь Rail Beam Factory modernizes the equipment. The third level of automation is introduced on all enterprise, that is 80% of the work is performed by machines. People are responsible for serviceability of machines and impeccable quality of products. The requirements for production quality meets all world standards of the global leading manufacturers. The products are on par with Japanese and European manufacturers, and in some parameters exceed the quality characteristics of our direct competitors. Now the company prepares to supply the rails to Russia. A contract for 50,000 tons of 100-meter rails is being prepared for signing. The products of this enterprise are of interest to foreign markets, primarily because of its uniqueness. In manufacture, a system of differentiated steel hardening is used. That is, rails are stronger than conventional ones. This is the second factory in the world. Such hardening system is being used in China in our factory. This allows a very flexible development of the quenching regimes for different rail quality categories. There are no equal thermal hardening systems in the world. The manufacture of this kind of railroads requires a special attention to quality because the passenger trains will travel along the lines as well. Therefore, each specimen is under meticulous inspection in the factory laboratory. Our central laboratory is accredited and included in the register of the Customs Union. We conduct all kinds of tests according to the requirements of the national standard for railway tracks. The products are subjected to physical, mechanical, chemical, and optical tests. All in all, there are 15 different tests. The laboratory of unbreakable control is located directly in the production lines of rails and conducts 100% control of each rail with the help of ultrasonic test, whirlwind current test. There are optical systems of rail integrity and profile control. However, the management of the plant does not consider the additional quality check to be an issue. The safety and strength of Oktябрь rails was confirmed in the All-Russian Scientific Research Institute of Railway Transport. Moreover, the indicators were higher than of those of analog manufacturers.
Мы сейчас готовимся к получению сертификатов на новую продукцию.
We are now preparing to receive certificates for new products for rails of European standard, which we're going to master this year. The E61-2, also on the rails of the high-speed highway and combined high-speed traffic.
Категории высокоскоростного магистрали и совмещенного скоростного движения.
Such rails are used in Western Europe, the Middle East, and Arab countries. Therefore, the introduction of new production line will significantly expand the boundaries of exports. By 2018, the enterprise plans to increase the production to 180,000 tons. Last year, Iran was very interested in their products, but today they closely cooperate with the Russian Federation. We also see that there's an interest, and this is one of our potential companies that will work to increase the exports of the Oktябрь region. Right now, the enterprise works on 60% of their design capacity, which already meets the needs of the domestic market. The opening of new domestic routes and technological modernization will allow the plant to reach production capacity of 430,000 rails. First of all, the increase of output will affect the leading products of the factory of heat strength and rail track with a length of 120 meters. They're designed for high-speed highways.